everyone, I am Deanda from everydaydeanda.com, and today we are going to be talking about how to make time for your goals. But before we get into it, let me encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Around here, we are a community of moms and homemakers who are interested in living life more simply, and we do that with systems, habits, and routines. Quick caveat though, when I say homemakers, I am not talking necessarily about stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home wives, which those are homemakers. But I am a working wife, a working mom, and I consider myself to be a homemaker as well. More of a modern homemaker because it's not in the traditional sense of the word, but I feel like the lady of the house is the homemaker. So it's the beginning of January and everyone has made a list of goals or resolutions or just like a list of things that you want to do or change this year. And that is all fine and wonderful. I am all for it. I have a list of things that I want to do this year as well. And over time, I have learned that the time to make these things happen is not going to just fall in your lap, especially if you're a busy mom or homemaker, which you already know that. If you really want time for these things to happen, you're actually going to have to carve out that time and make the time. So let's talk about the how. How do you do that, right? My biggest tip is to make time with a daily schedule. For the last several years, I have been making a daily schedule in Canva, and I type it up maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I change my schedule, tweak it just slightly depending on what the season is. And the first thing you want to do when you're creating your daily schedule is think about and consider how many hours of sleep you want to get at night so that you can backwards plan and go on from there. For me, 7 hours a night is ideal. Once you know how many hours of sleep you're going to need at night, that's going to define what time you have to go to bed at night and what time your day is going to begin. Now you can consider when you want to dedicate time towards working on your goals. So for example, I have a goal of writing 1 to 2 blog posts per week, and I would love to be able to get some of that writing done before I go to my job most weekdays. So when I consider everything else that I have to do before leaving for work, I would need to wake up an hour before my alarm currently goes off right now, which puts me at a 5 a.m. wake up time. And that also means ideally my day should end at 10 o'clock p.m. So nothing that I'm saying here is a hard, fast rule, but these are just tips, suggestions, and what would be ideal. I just think it's really important to frame your day with beginning and ending times because that way it helps to keep you from overscheduling and to keep in, the back of your mind to kind of keep a lively pace with whatever you're doing throughout the day so that you can get to the things that are really important to you. Just think about it this way, like how many times have you sat mindlessly kind of scrolling, through social media or, looking up ideas and things on Pinterest? And at the end of it, it's kind of like, well, what did I really gain from that? Like, man, I could have been doing XYZ. XYZ being working on your goals or the things that are really important to you. Ladies, I am talking from experience. I had a period of several years where I didn't have a defined bedtime and I was staying up way too late. I was not getting the rest that I needed. And I just kind of went with the flow all throughout the day, not really thinking about okay, I need to be wrapping this up right now because it's going to affect the rest of my day or the rest of my evening and ultimately affect the time that I end up getting into my bed and how much rest I get at night, which is then going to affect my performance the next day. I remember a period of a really long time where I would sometimes just stare at my second grade students like, I know that I know your name. What is your name? What is your name? And I just couldn't remember their names because I was constantly just so tired. I didn't have a set schedule. I didn't have a set bedtime, and it just did not work well. You want to make sure that your daily schedule has at least one block of time each day, or ideal would be each day. But as a mom or a homemaker, you know that things can just get crazy sometimes. There are things beyond your control. Unexpected things pop up and happen that the best plan or the best planned day or the best, schedule just kind of gets thrown off kilter. But ideally, you do want to have at least one block a day or most days where you can just dedicate a chunk of time, even if that chunk of time is only 20, 25, 30 minutes. You want to have a chunk of time every day or most days to work towards your goals. And I realize that we all have different lives. Every person has unique circumstances to where like it might really be a challenge trying to find and make the time to work on those things that are desires of your heart, or to work on your passion projects or your goals or the things that you know that you should be doing. But I would really, really encourage you to do your best to find and make those pockets of time. And by including it as part of your daily schedule, that's going to help you to make it a part of your daily routine. And anything that's a part of your daily routine is eventually going to become a habit. And by including those chunks of time to work towards your goals in your schedule, that's when you get to see change happen. And that's when you get to start, checking off some of those goals. And when that happens, it is super duper motivating to move on and to do more and to dream bigger. And if that's not your desire to like move on, do more, dream bigger, then at least you have the satisfaction of knowing like, I said I was gonna do this and I was faithful to myself. Like I stuck to it. And that is a really good feeling. So I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, let me know what your favorite tip was or anything that I said that you think you might want to try out this year, and what your struggles have been with sticking to working on your goals. So thanks for watching, ladies. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you down below in the comments and in the next video. Bye. Let me know. If it was, let me know what tips you think